Major support for Do the Math has been provided by Chevron, the Kern County Superintendent of Schools, California Resources Corporation, Kern Schools Federal Credit Union, Panama Buena Vista Union School District, Bakersfield City School District, and the San Luis Obispo County Office of Education, with additional production assistance provided by these supporters of education in Kern County and throughout the state of California.
We are live today at Douglas J. Miller Elementary School with another episode of Science for Kern, and we're here to do
Well, good afternoon and welcome to Do the Math. I'm Michael.
And I'm Tracy.
And how can people get a hold of us, Tracy?
Okay, you can get a hold of us at Bakersfield, 636-4357. In San Luis Obispo, toll free at 1-866-636-6284. You can email us at dothemath@kern.org. Watch us online at dothemathonline.net. And of course, we have social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube.
All right, well, you know what? You had mentioned the San Luis Obispo County number, and we're going to just go ahead and put that up there, and we'll see if camera 3 can grab that in a moment. But if you phone in from San Luis Obispo County when we do your math problem on air, you'll automatically receive yourself ice cream, courtesy of our friends at Doc Bernstein's Ice Cream Lab. So you have that to look forward to. We have the 5th grade call-in contest going on right now during the month of November. There are a lot of different schools in the contest right now, and all you have to do is if you phone in and you're a 5th grade student, let us know what classroom you're in. The classroom that calls the most during the month of November, we will go to their class. All of the students will receive some great gifts, and we'll film you guys. We'll do some math activities, and it's always a good time. I mean, the classes that win it always try to win the next year, so that's why we've got a little bit of a competition going on right now. But we have this week and then the final week of November. So you've got today, tomorrow, this Tuesday, Wednesday. Next week, due to the Thanksgiving holiday, there will be no live programming, and then we'll be back the following week, the final week of November, and that will be the end of the 5th grade calling contest on that. I think it's the 28th or 29th, something like that. Anyway, we have a very special guest in studio. We will be visiting Douglas Miller Elementary School with our friends from Science for Kern out there. But before we do all that, let's first take a look at today's Math in the News. If you needed a fast bite to eat, where would you go? And inexpensive.
McDonald's, Taco Bell.
Okay, so a chain like that or something like that. Okay. Growing up in New York, we would always go to a pie place, and they would always have slices for $1, and they weren't even $1 then, but they're $1 now. So you could always go someplace, find a slice of pie for $1. And I found this article online, and Rose's Fresh Pizza started in New York City. And what they did is you could buy a regular sized pizza, but then you could also get slices to go for $1. And he wanted to move the place to Philly and thought that it would do well there. So the guy moved his business to Philadelphia and has been in business since 2013. But the reason I bring this up is because he's doing something a little bit different, because the slices are for $1, and homeless people would come in a lot, and he would give them a slice every once in a while. But then other people saw what was going on and wanted to buy a slice and just have it available for somebody that came in and needed it. So people would come in and do that. So what he did is he would have the people put down on a Post-it. You know, he'd put down like, all right, this guy paid $1, and put it on a Post-it. Well, it got out of hand after a little while, because he would put them up on the wall, and then somebody would come in and they're like, oh, I need a slice of pizza, I don't have any money with me. Well, you could take the Post-it and say, somebody bought you a Post-it now, right? And here it is, it's already paid for. So here's a photograph of the store right now.
Very
and
cool.
you can see all the Post-its up there, okay? So it got a little bit out of hand. So what this is now is people that go in and pay for it will fill something out, and then the people that receive it are also writing thank you notes, saying thank you for the slice, and that's what all the Post-its are up there for right now. So I thought that was a pretty clever idea and a nice thing. So that's Rose's Fresh Pizza in Philadelphia, and also started in New York. And I bring that up because I found that interesting, and then it was like all the Post-its. All right, you don't usually see that many Post-its around in a business. So this is something that we've done in class, and I know a lot of teachers use Estimation 180. You were talking about
Yeah,
how
we
you
do.
use it at your school. So explain a little bit about how you use it in your school or classroom even.
So our school, we have, we go from class to class. So in order for them to transition into, okay, we're in math, we pull up Estimation 180. The kids give an estimate of whatever it is, and then it's gets them thinking about math and outside just like here's 2 + 2, 5 × 5. It's more of just kind of guesstimation more than anything.
Right, and it's something just to tie things
Yeah.
together. It's not meant to be anything long. It's not a whole lesson or things like that. And so another resource for teachers that may not have known about this before is Estimation 180. And I bring Thomas up right now. And before we get started, why don't you let everybody know where you go to school and what grade you're in?
I go to Stockdale Elementary. I'm in 5th grade, and my teacher's name is Miss Collison.
All right, so you're in 5th grade, so you can go back to class tomorrow and remind everybody that there is a 5th grade call-in contest going on.
Yeah.
And we will count you as one of the calls today for your classroom because you're taking out time and you're going to be here for a whole hour doing work.
Yeah.
So we're going to count you as a call today. But you can tell the rest of your classmates that if you
call.
guys happen to get the most calls during the month, we'll come out and visit you guys. All
Okay,
right?
sounds good.
Now, you were a guest on the program before also, right?
Yeah, last year.
All right. And how's 5th grade math going right now?
Easy.
Pretty easy?
Yeah.
Good. Well, that's, it's because you were here last year, right?
Yeah.
I'm only kidding, not only because. Okay. So let's take a look at this. Here's an activity that goes with the Post-its, and it happens to be on Estimation 180. So what we've got right here is a file cabinet. All right. And what they want you to do is, so Thomas, you're going to do this right now. Okay. So we'll just let you write on the back of this paper. So the first thing is write down a guess. So we want to figure out how many Post-its can cover that file cabinet. So first, write down a guess that is too low, a guess that you know will no way be anywhere near. So write a guess that's too low. Now I want you to write a guess that's too high, like it will never get to that amount of Post-its. Never. All right, so what was your too low guess?
100.
100, right? It does seem like it's going to take way more than 100 Post-its to do
Yeah.
that. And what was your guess that was too high?
80,000.
That's a nice high guess right there. It's definitely not going to take 80,000 Post-its. Well, you know what? We don't know yet, do we?
No.
So now write down your guess as close as you think. How many Post-its do you think we can get on that file cabinet?
7,000.
7,000. All right, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to play this for you right now. And you can see the different sides, and there are the Post-its. And what this guy's going to do is he's just going to start labeling these and putting them on there. All right? And remember, we need to cover the entire file cabinet. All right, so you can see he's working and he's going to get going here. So in a moment or so, you're going to see he's going to stop and give you an idea of where he is. And then we're going to let you modify that guess if you want to, based on where he is and where he is on the file cabinet. So we can see that he's got a little bit of area covered, and he's got
Yeah.
48 Post-its. So if you want to, you can alter your guess or you can leave it. It's up to you. All right.
2,000.
So you went down to 2,000.
Yeah.
Okay, so why did you think it would be less than the 7,000 you were originally put?
Because I'm thinking if it's 48 and I times that by about 5, that'll fill it up, and that's not even close to the answer. And if I do it on each side, that might equal it.
Good. So you're thinking about taking what he's got, multiplying it by 5, and then
Yeah.
going around the different sides.
Yeah.
Good. All right. Here's a little something else. Now, this is important information. So it says, what information would be useful to know? So what information do you think you would need to know to get a better estimate of how many Post-its it's going to take? What information would be helpful to you to solve this problem?
Maybe like if he gave me how many is on two sides, then
Okay.
that could help me figure it out better.
What if he says, I'm not going to tell you how many fit on two sides, I'll give you other information? For example, if I said, how many Post-its will it take to cover the top of this?
Yeah.
What information would you need to know?
I would need to know like the area of it.
You would need to know the area of this, right?
Yeah.
And the area of what else?
The Post-its.
Perfect. So you would need to know those two things, right? So let's take a look right here. All right, so information number one, right? So you're getting the size of the file cabinet, right? Because you
Yeah.
need to know the size of the file cabinet. And then what else do you think you need to know?
Maybe the bottom, like he said the whole, so maybe the top and the bottom.
Okay, based on these measurements, do you think you could figure out what the top is?
Maybe.
Okay, because we don't need to actually do the bottom because we can't see it, but we'll do
Yeah.
all the sides and the top.
Yeah.
All right, all right. Let's go back. And now we also need to know the size of the Post-it,
Yeah.
right? So that is a 3x3.
That's 6 inches.
So if it's a 3x3, what is the total area that that Post-it will cover?
Oh, 9 inches.
9 inches.
Yeah.
Good. So why don't you write down 9 inches for the Post-it? All right. And we'll go back and I'll get you the dimensions for the file cabinet in a moment. All right. And then we're going to have you start working on that a little bit because I don't want you to work it out right now.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a little bit of time to do that, all right?
Okay.
Because we do have phone tutors available until 5:30 this evening, as well as Wednesday and most Tuesdays and Wednesdays throughout the regular school year. And we're going to let Thomas do a little bit of work. And while we're doing that, we're going to go visit Marylou at Miller Elementary School.
We are live today at Douglas J. Miller Elementary School, and I am here with Michelle Roy, Science for Kern.
Hi.
Hello.
It's good to be here again today.
Yes. Can you quickly tell us what Science for Kern is?
Science for Kern is a traveling science program where our target audience is 4th and 5th grade classrooms all over Kern County, and we have 9 different units to choose from. Teachers can book the units on the Science for Kern website. I bring the units out to the teachers, do some demo lesson teaching with classrooms for teachers, and then leave the unit, come back a few weeks later and pick it up, clean it up, and send it out to the next school.
Now, is there a specific website, the web address they can?
Yes, it's www.scienceforkern.org, and the reservation system is there.
Okay. So we have a project today, correct?
Yes, we do.
And I'm going to let you
Yes,
take off with
we
it.
do. Today we're going to be building, our design challenge today is for the students to build a Mars rover lander. And we're not going to go as high tech as a real Mars rover lander. Today we're going to be using a hard-boiled egg. But the students will be using craft sticks and tape and cups and balloons, lots and lots of balloons and tape and binder clips and all sorts of fun equipment to drop an egg 39 inches up.
So what is the goal for the egg?
The goal of the egg is for the shell of the hard-boiled egg not to crack when they drop it from the 39 inches high.
Wow. Okay.
And so we've been talking about, the students have had a few minutes to talk a little bit about design, but now I'd like to let the students go ahead and open up conversations and get started planning your design. You can open up those bags, and when you're ready, when you have a plan, just raise your hand and signal me, and I'll bring a bag of balloons over for you so that you can get started with adding the balloons as well.
Now, you talked with them briefly about different designs. We saw a video
Yes,
just a little bit ago
yes,
about it.
we watched an actual video of the Mars rover landing. And in that simulation, in the actual real Mars rover, NASA covered the rover in inflatable balloon type devices like airbags to slow down the descent so that the rover wouldn't crash into a million pieces. And so hopefully they'll take some of what they learned from the video and apply it to their design.
Okay, well, let's find out what's happening with all these groups. So, you four are a group right here?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's your plan?
We are thinking to put an egg here and cover it with this and wrap it with rubber bands and to put balloons around it. We're going to wrap it with rubber bands and then we're going to put this on and then wrap it with another rubber band and then we're going to put balloons all around it.
So you're going to put balloons covering the whole entire cup?
And then we're going to use this and we're going to try making another layer around it. Before we put the balloons, we're going to try making a layer around it so it's a little more secure.
Oh, so what are you going to use with the sticks?
Make like a cage around it.
Oh, a cage around it. So you're making a net around it. Okay, all right, well, good luck. Now, are you three a group as well? Okay, so I see you guys doing something with the ribbon, so what's your plan here?
Well, I thought about putting this inside and then putting the egg inside, closing it up.
Oh, so you're using this as a cushion, the yarn as a cushion. Okay.
So that when it falls, it doesn't crack.
And what are you doing with the sticks?
I'm making like the bottom part where it takes up most of the impact so that the egg can't take up a lot of impact.
Okay, so are you going to put this on top of that? Yes. And then what are you going to do with the balloons? What's your plan with the balloons?
Maybe use it like a parachute.
A parachute?
Or a hot air balloon.
Very cool. Okay, keep working. Good luck. We have one more group we're going to check out. Okay, what's your guys' plan here?
We're gonna put the egg in the cups, and then we're gonna put this over it and put rubber bands and tape to close it.
Okay.
And then we're gonna tape balloons to the cup.
Okay, what about these? Are you going to use those at all, these clips? No? Okay, well, good luck. I'll let you guys get back to work, okay? So there's obviously a lot more groups going on, as you can see behind me. A lot of kids are planning. So we're going to go back to the studio, but over here at Miller Elementary School, we are going to continue to work, and check us out on hashtag S4K Challenge. You could check out, see what's happening there. So Mike, back to you at the studio.
All right, thanks for that, Mary Lou. We will check in with you guys in just a little while. 636-4357 is the phone number. Phone tutors are available until 5:30. Just as a reminder, we do have the 5th grade call-in contest going on right now. We had a little problem that Thomas came in and he was going to start working on. And what have you decided to do so far?
So I've decided I times the face, like the face of it where the handles are, by height and then width for each side, the front and back.
Okay.
So then, and then on the sides I did depth times width, height, and then I got that answer for each side. And
Perfect. So enough talk, now action time.
Okay.
All right, so head on over to the board.
have you
On the
just
far
open them right
left,
here.
over up on the left-hand
Right
side, maybe write down height. You can just put an H and put 72 inches, so we know what that is. All right, the width,
You
36.
can just put W. It'll be easier. You're good.
Yeah, because you're going to need some room to work these out.
36?
36.
Okay.
And the depth was 18. Nice how you got the different color going there.
All right? It's okay.
All right, so explain to Tracy, what are you doing? How are you figuring this out?
So.
Oh,
here's-
don't forget, what else did we find out?
So, what
The
else?
Post-it note.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
So maybe put down note, and what were the
So
dimensions
remember,
of the
you can't
Post-it
leave your
note?
hand like that because it'll change. You're fine. So you have to go straight on it, like this. There you go. Okay.
No Post-its.
What was it? 3 by 3?
Yeah, it was a 3 by 3.
Right there.
3, 5, 3.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna start right over here, and let's do all our work right here. And remember, each straight at it. Like there you go. Okay, go.
So here's a box. And here are the handles. And here are the handles.
I know.
So I was thinking that since it's height by width, I would do 72 times 36. And I got 7 times 3 is 21, so then add those 2 zeros, it's 21, and then times 2 and 3 is 6, plus that 0 is 2, 1, 6. And then 6 times 7 is 42, and then 6 times 2 is 12, so that's 432.
You're good.
And if you add that, that would be 2, 5, 9, 2. And then you just add that again for the back because it's the same. And I would get,
Okay, hold on 1 second. I'm just gonna pull it up a little bit. There you go.
you add that 1 up top, and that would be 8 full. That's that 1, so that's 1 on the bottom, 1. 5,108 full, that would be the answer
Now,
for
before
the
you keep
front and
going,
back.
let me just say, that's awesome how you're doing this, because you're doing this stuff in your head, and you're going about it a different way than the traditional way of doing it.
Yeah.
And you're coming up with the exact answer. So I just want to say very good on the way you're thinking about this, because it just further illustrates that there are numerous ways to solve problems and the way students approach them, and the way you're doing it works for you.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. So that was the front and the back?
Yes, front
All
and
right.
back.
So maybe we'll put 5184 somewhere,
Here, I'll put it over
and
here.
then we can get rid of some of that.
So we'll do 1 and 2, and together we have 5184. And that's front and back. Okay,
Yep.
so
And
let's
now-
get rid of this. So we'll keep doing it. Oh, of course it doesn't work like that, huh? Let's try it one more time. All
There
right,
you go.
third time's the
Okay.
charm. Okay,
Now I'm doing depth times width because, depth times height because the width is different from the front end.
so what, are you doing the sides now?
Yeah, I'm doing the sides, so it's 18 times 72. 70, my teacher taught me this way. I sometimes do it, but. So it's 7,000 right here, and then 20, and then 16. So I would think that would be 7,036 because if you add 20 plus 36, that would plus 7,000, 7,036. Then 8 times 7 is 560. So my answer would be 7,596. I think that is correct.
7,596?
I messed up on that. No. Did I mess
You're
up?
way quicker than I'm trying to do it in my head. I just want you to know that.
Yeah. I think I did it wrong.
We good?
Well, think about 72 times 18.
Yeah.
So what would be 70 times 20?
Oh, I see what I did. I thought 70
So you
times
did the
10.
16, and then
Yeah.
8 times 7 is what?
8 times 7 is 560.
So what you got is a 703 there. So
Yeah, it's
There you go.
736. I got confused. I thought it was 70 times 10. That got confusing. So it's 736 plus 5 is 12, 9, and 6.
there you go.
So then now I add it again. One, 2, 5. Oh wait, that's wrong. 1, 2, 9. So it'd be 2,592.
There you go. So why don't you put that up there for him,
Okay.
Tracy? The
So
left
we'll
and
do-
right sides.
Number 3 is left. Number 4 is the right side. And together we came up with
2,592.
2,592.
And we're going to stop you guys right there for a moment because we have a couple of other things we're going to work on. So we'll give you a break for just a moment. We're going to check in real quick with the kids out at Miller and the Science for Kern Challenge right now. And they're working on getting their devices ready for this egg toss. And as always, just like with the math problems, there are a lot of different ways that they could solve this problem. Some students might be looking for how can they keep it in the air a little longer, not land as rough. Some might think about, well, it's going to land rough, how can we cushion it a little bit more? And I wonder if, I mean, the way they're handling the eggs, if they're all raw, break one by chance and move on to the next egg. But anyway, we can see that they are working together in their small groups, bundling up their balloons, and we'll see how they do with that, coming up with their designs. All right, we do have phone tutors available until 5:30, so I wrote down the numbers that you've come up with so far. So come on over here, because we're going to have Tracy need to erase the board.
Got it.
Because we're going to go to the phones right now. And Kaya, how are you this afternoon?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm wonderful myself, thank you for that. And you are a 7th grade student, correct?
Yes, this is correct.
All right, and if I'm not mistaken, you were a guest on the program as well, right?
I was.
All right, as soon as you're ready, let's hear the math problem that you're working on.
Okay, so my math problem is 5.4% of 65.
Okay. So could you walk me through the problem, and then I'll stop you if we're kind of where I maybe see that it might be a little different or something?
Okay, so I'd convert 5.4% into a decimal first.
Okay, and how do you do that?
You move the decimal point over twice.
Okay, and do I move it to the left or to the right?
To the left.
So I'm going to go 1, 2, so my new will be 0, 5, 4. So is that correct?
Yes,
Okay.
0.054.
Perfect. And then what do you do?
Then I multiply 65 times 0.054.
65 times what we just did?
Yeah,
Why are you using the times? What word is it that you're using the times for?
because of means times.
Got it. Okay, so you're taking 65 and you're multiplying it by the other number that we changed, correct?
This is correct.
Okay. Do you have a number, or how do you do that?
So when I did that, I got first, when I did it, I got 3,510, and I thought that can't be right. So then I moved the decimal over 3 times, which is what I should have done in the first place, and I got 3.51.
So you went 1, 2, 3, because there were 3 spots, and we start on the right. We went 1, 2, 3. So your final answer was 3.510. Is that correct?
Yes.
Well, I think you did that perfectly. That was very nicely done.
Nicely done, Kaya. Now, instead of saying it was 3.510, I would like you to state that number in another way for me.
So 3 and 5,100.
There you go. That's what I was
Very
looking for,
nice.
using the place value right there.
Thank
Well,
you.
Kaya, nicely done on that problem. Congratulations. We are also sending you home with a meal courtesy of our friends at Chick-fil-A. So congratulations on that. We hope you have an opportunity to enjoy that meal. 636-4357 is the phone number. We do have phone tutors available until 5:30. Don't forget, if you're in outlying areas of Kern County as well as San Luis Obispo, the phone number is 1-866-636-6284. And we'll be back with more right after this. Today we're at Browning Road Elementary School, and today we're here to Today we're at Browning Road Elementary School. I've got Angie with me. How are you?
Good.
Ready? Okay, now you saw how one of your classmates was working with multiplying fractions earlier. And we simplified the numbers to make everything a little bit easier, okay? Now we're going to divide fractions, okay? So when you get to this during this year, you're going to see problems like this, okay? And when you're dividing fractions, you'll hear flip the second, okay? So what we'll do is we'll rewrite it as a multiplication problem, all right? So the first fraction we're going to keep the same. So why don't you go ahead and rewrite the first one, okay? And we're going to turn this into a multiplication problem. So what symbol do we need?
Multiplication.
Okay, so where do we put that? Okay, and we're going to flip the second one, right? We're going to invert it, okay? So if we flip this, what will it look like now?
9/8.
Okay, so go ahead and you can put 9/8. All right. So now, do you remember what we were doing earlier where we were going to simplify the numbers to see if there were any factors that go into these cross multiple? Okay. So is there anything that can go into 3 and 8?
2?
Can 2 go into 3?
No.
Not evenly, can it? Because we go 2, 4, right? You can go in there, but it won't go into both of these. Okay. So is there anything that can go into 4 and 9?
2?
2 can go in there, but 2 won't go in there, will it? Because we go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, won't work. So if we can't simplify this at all, we just have to multiply straight across and then see what we end up with. All right, so go ahead and do that.
Right here?
Mm-hmm. Well, 2 times 9, here, let's use the eraser for you there. 2 times 9 is 18, so if we count by 9s, 9, 18,
28? 27?
27, perfect. There you go. And then down to the bottom, 4 times 8. Good. And what do we need to do between the 27 and the 32 to keep it a fraction? How do we need to write that? There you go. So the original problem was, read that for us.
3/4 divided by 8/9.
And then we turned it into a multiplication problem by flipping the second one. And this became?
3/4 times 9/8.
And that all equals?
27, 32.
27 over 32, right? All right, Angie, there you go.
These are layers. Wait.
See where the sun's shining? Science for Kern is a mobile lending library funded by Chevron, consisting of 8 science units, ranging in subject matter from electricity to chemistry to life science. We'll lay out the foam pad, lay out the rocks, and then you can have a couple of minutes to make some observations. Go.
No, we shouldn't do shiny because only these two are the shiny ones. So let's just do bumpy and smooth.
Teachers can receive a demonstration lesson by me where I get to teach the first lesson, and then we have a debrief at the end about teaching the subsequent lessons that will follow, and the teachers go from there. Raise your hand if you want to take a guess as to what you think these are the skulls of.
It gives me ideas too of what is engaging for the students and different strategies that I can learn that I see work with my students. So it's really nice to have somebody come in and do that.
1, 2, 3, pass. 1, 2, 3, pass.
It's just really fun. It's just a really fun way for teachers to engage with their students in a new and different way that doesn't require much time or prep or money on the part of the teacher or the school site.
It came from a volcano. So I think these two should go in the same group.
Get to meet lots of different children and awesome teachers around the county.
To live in the ecosystem that is called as the ocean.
As you can see, they're very engaged and very interested. They know science is everywhere.
We'll walk around, check them out. In today's classrooms, where we're focusing on 21st century learning and getting students engaged in creativity and collaboration, Science for Kern totally meets those needs.
Just a reminder, any instructor that has not had the opportunity to check out Science for Kern, you can always go to the website, find out what they've got to offer, and have Science for Kern and Michelle come on out to your classroom sometime. A lot of great activities. As a matter of fact, they're working on one of the activities right now at Miller Elementary. We're going to go check in with Marylou again. And Marylou, I almost forgot, what kind of eggs are these? I thought it was going to be more fun if they were raw eggs.
Thanks, Mike. We are back live at Miller Elementary School with Science for Kern and Michelle Roy. And as you guys can see, it's a lot of noise. There's so much activity going on here. I saw over here some balloons flying a minute ago. So we actually just came out of our commercial break with Science for Kern.
Oh, yay.
And so we're going to kind of go around and have each group kind of share their design. And let's go ahead and start with you guys. Can you guys share your design?
We're doing so the eggs inside, and there are 2 balloons cushioning it inside, and then on the outside we're putting a layer of balloon, like layers of balloon, so that when it falls, it just cushions it, and the egg cracks.
It just bounces.
Yeah, it just bounces. The balloon will cushion
This balloon, like on top, it like fall in there, and that's what think it will like protect it.
So is your egg part of the design?
Yeah.
on the
Where is the
inside
egg?
of
So
the
the egg, the egg is inside the cup. On the edge, like on the bottom of each cup, we have these balloons blown up, and they're like little cushions. So when it hits it, it just bounces.
I see that you guys did find something to do with these. Because we had been talking earlier with every group and nobody knew what to do with this. And I see you guys did use it in your design there, didn't
We
you?
clipped it to the rubber band at the top and to the balloon, so it could stick on the top.
And when it bounces, it just goes down and then comes up a little, and so it cushions the inside. And since our balloons, it's like 2 layers of cushioning, and so that when it bounces, and it just comes up a little.
But the thing is, we don't know what to do with the sticks to like protect it or something.
All right, well, you still have time.
Like we put a whole bunch of layers on it, so it doesn't come apart.
We'll let you guys get back to work, okay? Good luck. It's looking awesome. Okay, let's go over here. Wow, look at this. Wow. All right, guys. Can you kind of tell us what's going on here?
Okay, so inside we wrap the egg in tape so that way it doesn't get moved. It doesn't have space to move.
So where's your egg at?
It's right here. It's inside there.
So yeah, I saw you guys doing that. You were wrapping lots of tape around that egg, huh?
Is there anything else inside the cups with the egg?
No, that's basically it.
Okay, and then tell us about what else you have going on here and why you think it might work. Why it might keep your eggs safe.
We're gonna drop it like that so that way the balloons cushion the fall.
Okay.
All right. Okay, let's go ahead and go over to this group. Because this group's been working, I noticed they made a lot of, you guys, I didn't see any balloons just a little bit ago. You guys work fast. Can you guys tell us what's going on here?
We're taping balloons around.
Okay, but where's your egg?
Inside our cup.
Inside your cup?
Yeah, we put sticks inside our cup, and it keeps the egg in place.
Okay, so the sticks, but there's nothing other than sticks and the egg inside the cup. That's it?
All right, and so tell us about why you chose to arrange the balloons around the outside of the cups the way you did.
So the egg could stay in place, and it could be like a cushion.
Okay, and so when you're going to continue working on your design, but how are you intending to drop this device? Straight down?
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Good luck. Keep working.
Okay, right over here. Okay, and I know you guys are, this is right here. I know you guys are still working. This looks like an egg, but it's not, is it?
No.
Tell us what you're doing.
We're putting a balloon to cushion it, and the egg falls, and then we have the yarn in this one.
Okay, so where does your egg go? It goes in there. And where does this go?
It goes on top.
It goes on top. Okay, so you got kind of like double cushion, right? Can you kind of give us what you're doing there with the sticks?
Right here, it's attaching it to the balloon, so the balloons, it can take in all the impact. And then we're going to have some on top and then some sticking out of the sides to absorb all the impact so our egg doesn't feel anything.
All right, great job. Keep going, guys. Oh, wow. Let's look over here. You have balloons everywhere. Now, where's your egg?
It's inside.
It's in the middle.
It has
It's just like the real rover.
another layer of a balloon over it, and then we put rubber bands, and then we put tape around it, and then we secured it with more rubber bands, and then we started putting balloons, and then we put like at the end there's like these little rubber bands. Go. And while we were doing that, we were using these clips and clipping rubber bands together, and we're using these by we're clipping the rubber bands on the balloons together, and then we taped them to secure it, and we're hoping when we drop it, the balloons are going to take all the impact instead of the egg, and since the balloon's inside the cup from blocking from breaking, we're hoping that it's just gonna hit it and it's just gonna bounce back up.
So you're going to drop it just this way, the way it is?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we have one more group. All right, guys, what is going on over here? I can see.
Our egg is like an egg right here. We have it tucked in a balloon, and it's like taped all over.
Those are cups taped. We taped everything in there.
Is there anything inside the cup with the egg?
Yes, a balloon.
A balloon. We put the egg inside the balloon.
Is there any air inside the cups inside the balloon?
No. Hear it shaking.
You could hear it in there.
Well, do you think the shaking is a good thing?
Yeah,
No.
kinda.
So we're gonna add like more balloons on top, like right here, because when it falls, it's gonna like bounce.
Okay, so specifically, where will the extra balloons go?
Like all around to protect it.
All right, you guys, we're going to let you get back to work. All right, Michelle, there's so much going on.
This is so awesome. I
is.
can't wait. And I really like the way that the student over at the nearby group referenced the actual Mars lander and replicating that design.
Yeah,
in
that
his.
was pretty amazing back there.
Thank you.
Okay, well, we're going to go back to the studio, but please remember, if you want to check out more pictures of what's going on here, go ahead here to hashtag S4K Challenge, and you can find all the pictures that's going on here today. All right, Mike, back to you at the studio.
All right, thanks for that, Mary Lou. Even more social media out there. And I was mentioning that we were wondering about the eggs and the way those students are handling the eggs. We know now they are not raw eggs. So that's nice for the classroom teacher. At least won't have to clean all that up later on. We do have phone tutors available until 5:30. Right now, we're going to get Thomas back to work, and we're going to do a little checking, let's say, and see if you're on track. So head on over to the board. And you knew that the area of the front was 2,592 square inches.
Yes.
So up on there, let's write down the 2,592.
Okay, so you just don't go right like that. There you go. You're good.
And what is the area of a Post-it? Because it was a 3x3.
9 inches.
So we're going to divide that by 9.
So I'm interested to see how you're doing your division, because I love the way you do your multiplication. So let's see how you do your division.
9 times 250 is 2,250.
Nice.
So subtract that and you get 3, 4, 2. So if you do 9 times 30 is 200. So I'll do 9 times 35. 9 times 35. My teacher taught me like partial quotients, so it's kind of stuck in my head. 315, I think. Subtract 2, and that's 7. So then you 9 times 3, subtract 27, and there.
So what's your final answer? Do you add all these up?
Yeah, 250, 35, 3, that's 38. 288 is my answer.
All right, so you're saying it's going to take 288 Post-its to do that?
Yeah, for the each of the sides, not the front or back, but the sides.
Well, let's check it out. Let's see what we've got going
So
on.
he's
here.
going to show right now.
So we can take a look at the video right now.
Oh, we did good.
Check you out, dude. 288.
Yeah.
There you go. Nicely done. So, if that was the front,
Yeah.
okay, so you know you need 288 for the, I think that was the back because I didn't see handles on there.
Yeah.
All right. So how many do you think is going to be needed for the front?
288.
288.
Well,
what could happen to the front though?
Well, the handles might get in the way.
So we'll see about that.
Yeah.
All right. But while you're thinking about that, and before we move on, we're going to just quickly go out and once again take a peek at what's going on out at Miller Elementary and see how they're coming along. We can see a lot of the contraptions, I guess we'll call them, a lot of balloons being taped up and things right there. And it looks as though a lot of them are getting close to having their final project completed. And just curious, because I remember seeing that one group where they used the ribbon on the inside of the cup as opposed to using it outside someplace, so that might be beneficial in possibly how they do that. So we'll check back with those guys in just a few moments. And right now, Thomas, we're going to kind of get to the end of this thing right now.
Yeah.
All right? So we know that we needed, and I think you had a total area.
Yeah.
Right. So on your paperwork here, do you remember what your total area was? Was it the 8,000?
My total area for it was right here, 5,084 for the front and back.
Right. So for the front and back, you had 5184. So maybe we'll put 5184 up there. So that's the front and back, and then you had 2592 for the left and right.
Yeah.
And then we needed to do the top. So why don't you add those two first,
Okay.
and then we'll add the top to it and see where we go from there.
So remember, you got to go straight on there so you
Yeah.
can. I know it's hard. Oh, hold on. It is confused. There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
So that's 7, 6, 7, 7. Oh, it's 7. And what was that answer?
777.
Well, 6 right here. No.
So is this a 7? Because you
that,
rolled
oh
one
yeah,
over.
yeah. Never mind. 7. Then that would be
777
yeah 7,
and 6.
7, 6. So 7,776 would be my answer.
Yeah, just get rid of that first
We
one.
are.
Otherwise, it's
There you go.
77,000. There we go. All right, so now we need the top.
Yeah.
So the area for the top, what dimensions do you think you would need?
Depth and width.
Depth and width. And do you remember what those were? Or do you need me to remind you?
36 times 18.
36 by 18.
There you go. Oh, let me. Here we go.
36.
Ooh.
That's
Okay,
all
well-
right. Let me see if I can get you back to where you were here.
One more. There we go.
Okay, so 36
So remember, you got to go straight across like that. There you go.
times 18. So I'm thinking that if you do 3, that's 360, 240. So that's 300 plus 300 is 600 plus 6 times 8 equals 48. So it's 640. Oh, dang it.
It's okay.
Wait, let me just. 648 is my total answer for the top. So
Your
And you
other
need to
one
add that
was-
to your 7776.
So we have
Yeah.
7776, and we have 48, and let's add that. Thank you.
be 1. No, wait, 1. So that's 2, 4, 3, 4, and you add 1. It would be 8,424.
All right, so you've got 8424. Now, that's what you're saying is the total area of the file cabinet.
Yes.
How do we now figure out how many Post-its we need altogether?
We divide it by the 9 inches of the Post-its.
Go to it.
So I'm thinking 9 times 900 would be it, because if you do 9 times 9, it's 81 plus those 2 zeros. So if you do 900, subtract 8, 1, 0, 0. That would be 324. I'm thinking 9 times 30 is 270, so around 35 maybe. So 9 times 35 is 270 plus 45 is 315. Subtract, and that would be 114, 9, and that would be 9 times 1. So if you do that, subtract 9, it goes 0. So 935 and 1. That would get our total answer, 936.
All right. Now, it says if we weren't exactly right, what could account for the error? So let's take a look first and see what happens. All right? Here we go. You think you could do Post-its like that fast?
Yeah. No.
There's the 288. Fill that up fast. Ah, there are the handles.
Yeah, that's
So let's take a look and see what happens here.
Oh, they do it on top of it.
So there are one.
Well, we'll just see what happens. So all the sides, and then what does you have to do?
Top.
That's right. See, and that's what a lot of students forget is the top, because that is exposed right there.
Oh. Oh my God. Are you serious? I saw that coming.
We were so close.
And look at that. And what you said was probably because of the handles right there, right?
Yes.
They just put, and so that may have accounted for that one right there.
Yeah.
So Thomas, I have to say, overall, excellent work right there. Nicely
Very
done.
nice.
And you know what? We've got just a couple of moments left. We're going to head back out to Miller Elementary and check on all of the groups and Science for Kern.
Everybody's going to wish they were.
We are live at Miller Elementary School with Science for Kern with Michelle Roy, and we are having way too much fun here.
Yes, we are.
These
I
kids,
can't wait to test these designs.
I know, they're amazing. The kids are having so much fun, and I think the key word today is tape.
Yes, we've seen some very creative uses of tape. So, is this group ready?
Yeah.
All right, who's going to do the big drop?
I want to do the mouth.
All right, here's your distance. All right, come over here by me.
Here, let me go over here. I'll go.
And here's your height. And, all right, we look like we're at the right height. When you're ready, gentlemen, could I have you move behind her so you can...
Scared.
So we don't interfere with the drop. All right, when you're ready. All right, let's see inside. Hurry.
Now I have to take all our hard work apart.
Open it up. That's the big reveal. Let's see.
We should have used less rubber bands.
Should we come back to see if there's room?
Yes.
Okay, well, you guys are busy. Take it apart. We'll go over here. You guys ready?
Are we ready for the big drop?
Yeah.
All right, who's going to do the honors?
Tape. Nadia. Tape.
All right. All right, hold it higher. It should be even with the tape. That's the height.
Okay.
All right. A little lower. When you're ready.
3, 2,
When you're ready.
1.
All right, unwrap it, and we're going to come back.
Success!
Yeah.
Okay,
let's
go
pop
over there.
How about here?
Wait. Let's go back here.
Let's see, girls. You ready? Come over here with me. We're on that side. Raise it up just a little bit. All right. When you're ready, drop away.
Go.
All right, open it up.
Scissors. You probably broke it. No, I didn't. Probably broke it. Yeah. You broke 2 balloons. Stop. Stop. Jacob, leave that alone.
success?
Yep.
All right, way to go. Awesome design. And we did it. Other great job here. All right, here's your height. A little higher. Higher, higher, higher. Oh, right there to the bottom balloon. All right, when you're ready. Oops, let's test again.
1, 2, 3,
Go. All right, let's see. Did it survive? Crack it, free egg.
We get pregnant. We're not pregnant.
Are you ready? All right, let's go up. Higher, higher, and
There.
all right, when you're ready.
Drop it.
All right. Rip that puppy open. Do you have success here? Did you want to win?
Well, Michelle, as these two groups stand there and get out, it seems like today was a complete success.
Looking like a complete success. 6 out of 6 successful designs.
All right, well, thank you so much for another fun project.
Don't squeeze it.
You got it?
Okay, we got to get it out. Okay. So, again, where can they find this design online, this project?
At science4kern.org.
All right, well, thank you so much again. Always a pleasure. All right, I think this is enough craziness for today. So, again, from Miller Elementary School, thank you again for allowing us to come today. It's been a blast. We're going to send you back to the studio.
See ya.
All right, nicely
You guys
done.
get it? It was a success?
Thanks to Michelle and all of the kids out at Miller Elementary and Science for Kern out there hanging out with Marylou and that nice little egg drop right there. And we were commenting, instead of all of the balloons, maybe give them 1 or 2 balloons and then see how it works from there. Anyway, a lot of fun, and you can always check out more on Science for Kern and their website. Thomas was speaking a little bit earlier. You're involved in some sports. What sports do you enjoy?
I'm really big on soccer. I've been playing for 7 years, and I play some basketball. I'm trying out for my team tomorrow, and I'm going to try to make it, I hope.
There you go. So you got basketball, soccer, cross country,
Cross-country,
and stuff
yeah.
like that. Well, you know what? Because you were able to hang out all day with us today, we're going to send you to an event of your choice with CSUB Athletics. So you can go to any sporting event over at CSUB. So congratulations on that. Hey, do remember we have phone tutors available until 5:30. 5th grade calling contest going on all November. Until we meet again, continue to do the math.
Major support for Do the Math has been provided by Chevron, the Kern County Superintendent of Schools, California Resources Corporation, Kern Schools Federal Credit Union, Panama Buena Vista Union School District, Bakersfield City School District, and the San Luis Obispo County Office of Education, with additional production assistance provided by these supporters of education in Kern County and throughout the state of California.